Have you ever had a door slammed shut in your face, only to discover it was actually the best thing that could have happened to you? Today, we're going to explore how to turn rejection into a powerful opportunity, inspired by the Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius. Picture a world where every no doesn't hold you back, but actually pushes you forward. Although rejection often feels painful, it can actually become a stepping stone to your success. It's not about deceiving fate, but recognizing that sometimes the universe's no is actually a yes to something even better. So if you're feeling overlooked, ignored, or undervalued, it's time to change your perspective. In this video, we'll explore 13 impactful lessons on how to harness the power of rejection. These aren't just theoretical ideas, they're practical strategies you can use in your everyday life. Before we dive in, help us spread this message by hitting the like button and ringing the notification bell. It shows YouTube that you're finding this content valuable. Now, let's embark on this transformative journey together, ready to turn your rejections into your greatest successes. Number 1. Ignore them. When someone gives you the cold shoulder, don't let it bring you down. Instead, rise above it. Ignoring those who ignore you isn't a sign of pettiness. It's a powerful way to demonstrate your own self-worth. Picture this. Someone decides you're not worth their time. That's their loss, not yours. By choosing not to respond, you're essentially saying, "I know my worth." It's like holding up a mirror to them, quietly reflecting their behavior and showing them that you're not affected. So how can you do this without sinking into bitterness? Focus on your own life, goals, and happiness. Engage in activities that enrich you, whether it's reading, sports, learning something new, or spending time with people who appreciate you. This isn't about getting revenge. It's about reclaiming your energy and investing it in what truly matters. Sure, it can hurt when someone ignores us, but instead of letting that pain linger, use it as a springboard for personal growth. Build a shield of self-respect and let their indifference slide off. You're not just enduring their rejection, you're thriving in spite of it. This approach shows not just emotional maturity, but also inner strength. Remember, your value doesn't diminish because someone can't recognize it. Stay true to yourself and let your actions speak louder than their silence. Number 2. Don't react emotionally. Rejection can hurt, tempting you to let your emotions take over. But here's a tip from Stoic philosophy. Stay calm. When someone dismisses you, it's easy to let frustration or sadness take control. Stoicism, a philosophy with wisdom as relevant now as it was in ancient Greece, encourages a different approach. It advocates for a composed and thoughtful response. This doesn't mean suppressing your feelings, but rather not letting them dictate your actions. When you're ignored, instead of reacting with anger or seeking reassurance, take a moment to pause. Ask yourself, why does this upset me? Often, it's not the rejection itself, but our own insecurities that cause the most pain. Get practical. You're being ignored. Take a deep breath. Reflect on how this moment doesn't define you. It's just a moment. Stoicism teaches us to concentrate on our own actions and responses, rather than focusing on others' behavior. So stay courteous and kind. If you decide to reach out, do so with genuine concern, rather than expectation. This isn't about being passive, it's about mastering your emotions. Recognize that your self-worth isn't tied to others' approval. Your power lies in how you respond, not in how others treat you. That's a game changer. Adopting this mindset isn't easy, but it's transformative. By remaining calm in the face of rejection, you're not just managing a tough situation, you're growing. You're learning that your inner peace doesn't rely on external validation. This journey towards self-confidence helps you value yourself independently. By doing so, you demonstrate true strength and resilience. And guess what? People are naturally drawn to those who are self-assured and don't crumble at the first sign of indifference. So by staying calm, you're not just coping, you're thriving. You're becoming someone who can turn rejection into a stepping stone for personal growth. That's the Stoic way. 3. Clear your mind. When you face rejection, mastering the art of detachment can be incredibly helpful. This doesn't mean erasing the memory of rejection or pretending it didn't hurt. It means transforming that experience into something positive. Start by acknowledging the rejection and feeling its impact, but don't let it dominate your thoughts. Just like a skilled sailor who uses rough seas to navigate, use these experiences to propel yourself forward rather than letting them drag you down. To turn rejection into a growth opportunity, change your perspective. Think of rejection not as a barrier, but as a detour sign leading you to new paths and opportunities. Engage in activities that nourish your spirit and expand your horizons. Read a book that challenges your views. Try a new sport that pushes your boundaries, or get involved in a community project that offers a fresh perspective. These activities aren't just distractions. They are steps towards self-discovery and growth. Each new experience shapes you, making you more resilient and adaptable. Also, surround yourself with positive influences. Spend time with people who inspire and uplift you. Share your goals and listen to theirs, creating an environment where mutual growth can flourish. Remember, rejection doesn't define your worth. It's an opportunity to rediscover and reinvent yourself. As you move forward, you might find that what once felt like a painful setback was actually a push toward a more fulfilling path. 4. Show your worth. Rejection is a powerful experience that, while painful, can also serve as a profound test of our resilience and character. When faced with rejection, whether it's being passed over for a promotion, not getting a job offer, or being overlooked in a meeting, it can feel like a personal blow, challenging our sense of self-worth and shaking our confidence. However, rather than succumbing to the sting of rejection, we can view it as a unique opportunity to demonstrate our determination and to grow in ways we might not have anticipated. Imagine a moment of rejection as a crossroads, a point where we have a choice. We can either let it drag us down into a cycle of self-pity and bitterness, or use it as fuel for constructive action. When we are passed over for a promotion, for example, instead of allowing ourselves to dwell on feelings of resentment, we can choose to take a deep breath and redirect our energy towards positive endeavors. This could mean taking on a new project that showcases our strengths or leading an initiative that aligns with our passions. Our worth isn't determined by others' recognition or lack thereof. It's defined by how we respond to these moments of challenge. The adage, "When one door closes, another opens," is not just a platitude, but a guiding principle that can illuminate the path forward. Rejection, in this context, should not be seen as a reflection of our inherent value, but as a redirection towards opportunities better suited to our skills and interests. Each setback offers us a chance to reassess our goals and realign our efforts. What are our core strengths? How can we harness these strengths more effectively? By taking a step back and evaluating our talents and passions, we can better position ourselves for future success. Consider the possibility that being overlooked for a role could be an indication that there is something more fitting for our unique capabilities. Perhaps the role we sought was not the best match for our talents or interests. This realization allows us to craft our own success story, where every setback becomes a setup for a comeback. By reflecting on our experiences and using them to guide our actions, we actively shape our narrative and build resilience. It's crucial to recognize that facing rejection is not about masking disappointment with a forced smile, but about acknowledging our feelings and moving forward with grace. Stoicism offers valuable insights in this regard, teaching us to focus on what we can control, our actions and responses. Rejection provides an opportunity to practice empathy, both for ourselves and for those involved. For instance, the colleague or decision-maker who overlooked us may be facing their own struggles. By showing understanding and compassion, we not only enhance our emotional resilience, but also demonstrate a strength of character that can set us apart. Self-compassion is a key component in handling rejection. Allow yourself to feel the disappointment, but do not let it define you. Use these emotions as a springboard for growth. Reflect on what the experience has taught you and how you can use this knowledge to improve and adapt. This process involves a balance of introspection and action. By assessing what went wrong and how you might address it differently in the future, you're engaging in a constructive dialogue with yourself that fosters personal development. Rejection, then, should be viewed as a plot twist in our personal and professional stories. It is not the conclusion, but rather a part of the journey that propels us toward becoming our most authentic and resilient selves. By approaching rejection with a combination of wisdom, empathy, and youthful energy, we can transform it from a source of fear into a powerful ally in our growth and success. In practical terms, handling rejection involves a few key strategies. Reflect and reassess. Take time to understand the reasons behind the rejection. What can you learn from this experience? Are there areas where you can improve or skills you can develop further? Channel energy into positive actions. Use the energy from rejection to fuel new projects or initiatives. Focus on showcasing your strengths and pursuing opportunities that align with your passions. Practice empathy. Recognize that rejection may involve factors beyond your control, including the challenges faced by others in the decision-making process. Showing understanding and compassion can help maintain your own emotional balance. Cultivate resilience. Develop a mindset that views setbacks as opportunities for growth. Embrace the journey of personal development and remain open to new possibilities that may arise from the rejection. Maintain perspective. Keep in mind that rejection does not diminish your worth. It is a natural part of the process of finding where you best fit and where your talents can shine. 5. Embrace silence. Silence is often misunderstood as merely the absence of sound, but it holds a depth and power far beyond its simplistic definition. When faced with rejection, silence can become a potent tool for emotional resilience and personal growth. Instead of succumbing to the urge to react impulsively, whether by reaching out, sending messages, or making phone calls, embracing silence offers a unique opportunity to reclaim your strength and navigate the aftermath of rejection with grace and confidence. When someone ignores or turns you down, your immediate instinct might be to address the situation head-on. This often involves attempting to mend the perceived rift or bridge the gap that has emerged. However, there is an alternative approach that can be both transformative and empowering, choosing to embrace silence. This choice isn't about playing games or adopting a manipulative stance. Rather, it's a deliberate and conscious decision to step back, regain your equilibrium, and reflect on your own sense of self-worth and emotional well-being. Choosing silence in the face of rejection is fundamentally about self-preservation and empowerment. It's about recognizing that your value and worth are not contingent upon someone else's approval or acceptance. When you resist the urge to react, you are, in essence, stepping away from the immediate emotional turmoil and allowing yourself the space to heal and reorient yourself. This pause is not a passive waiting period. It's an active, strategic choice that provides you with the opportunity to reflect on your own life, goals, and passions. Think of silence as a reset button, a time to gain clarity and strength. This period of no contact is not a reflection of coldness or unkindness. Rather, it's a deliberate boundary you set for your mental well-being. It's a powerful statement that you value yourself too much to chase or beg for validation. Embracing silence in this way is not only a manifestation of Stoic principles, but also a display of confidence and self-respect. In a world where immediate responses and constant communication are often the norm, your silence can be both intriguing and attractive. It sends a message that you are not easily unsettled, and that you have a life filled with interests, goals, and priorities beyond the rejection you've experienced. By choosing not to respond impulsively, you demonstrate that your sense of self is not dependent on external validation or the opinions of others. This approach may not necessarily alter the behavior of the person who rejected you, but it will fundamentally transform your own behavior and perspective. Embracing silence allows you to cultivate resilience and strength, preparing you to face future challenges with renewed grace and confidence. It's a way to reaffirm your own value and to remind yourself that your worth is inherent and not subject to the whims of others. Moreover, silence provides a valuable opportunity for personal reflection and growth. In the absence of external distractions, you can turn your focus inward and examine your own feelings, desires, and aspirations. This period of introspection can lead to a deeper understanding of yourself and your own needs, helping you to grow emotionally and psychologically. During this time, consider exploring your personal goals and passions with renewed vigor. Use the silence as an opportunity to reconnect with activities and pursuits that bring you joy and fulfillment. Engage in practices that nurture your well-being, such as meditation, journaling, or pursuing hobbies that inspire you. By redirecting your energy toward these positive endeavors, you reinforce your own sense of purpose and direction. It's also important to acknowledge that embracing silence can be a profound act of self-care. Rejection, regardless of its nature, can be a painful experience. By choosing to step back and embrace silence, you are giving yourself the space and time needed to heal and recover from the emotional impact. This approach allows you to process your feelings in a healthy and constructive manner, ultimately leading to a greater sense of emotional equilibrium. In addition to personal reflection, silence can also serve as a powerful tool for setting and maintaining boundaries. By refusing to chase after someone who has rejected you, you establish clear limits on how you allow yourself to be treated. This boundary setting is not about being punitive or vindictive. It's about demonstrating self-respect and ensuring that your interactions with others are grounded in mutual respect and consideration. Embracing silence also aligns with Stoic principles, which emphasize the importance of focusing on what is within your control and letting go of what is not. In the face of rejection, you cannot control the other person's response or behavior, but you can control your own reactions and choices. By choosing silence, you are exercising control over your own emotional state and reinforcing your ability to maintain composure and dignity in the face of adversity. Ultimately, the decision to embrace silence in the wake of rejection is a testament to your strength and resilience. It's a way of affirming your own worth and demonstrating that you are not defined by the approval or disapproval of others. Through this approach, you cultivate a sense of inner strength and confidence that will serve you well in future challenges and interactions. 6. Show your true potential. Using rejection effectively is not merely about proving others wrong. It is an intricate journey of self-discovery and growth that reveals your true potential. When faced with rejection, whether it is personal, professional, or creative, the experience serves as a powerful catalyst for personal development. Instead of viewing rejection as a setback or a reflection of your inadequacies, consider it as an opportunity to delve deeper into your capabilities, challenge your limits, and foster resilience. Embracing rejection as a path to self-discovery. Rejection can be a humbling experience, but it also presents a unique chance to reassess your goals, strengths, and areas for improvement. When someone doubts your abilities or criticizes your efforts, It is essential to view this feedback not as an attack on your character, but as a constructive point of reflection. This perspective shift allows you to turn what might initially feel like a defeat into a driving force for personal growth. For instance, if you are told that your skills in a particular area are lacking rather than feeling disheartened, use this feedback as a challenge. Commit to mastering the skill that has been questioned. Break down the task into manageable steps and set clear, achievable goals. By dedicating time and effort to improving your abilities, you not only enhance your expertise, but also demonstrate to yourself that you can overcome obstacles and rise to challenges. Transforming no into motivation. The notion of turning a no into motivation is not about seeking external validation or striving to prove your critics wrong. Instead, it is about harnessing the energy of rejection to fuel your personal drive and ambition. When you face rejection, it can ignite a fire within you to push beyond your current limits and pursue excellence with renewed vigor. Consider the story of Thomas Edison, who faced countless failures before successfully inventing the light bulb. Each rejection or failure was a stepping stone in his journey, and he famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." Edison's perseverance and determination transformed his rejections into a powerful source of motivation that ultimately led to groundbreaking success. Similarly, when confronted with doubts about your abilities, channel that energy into focused and deliberate practice. The act of investing time in honing your skills demonstrates resilience and a commitment to growth. This not only increases your expertise, but also strengthens your self-confidence, showing you that you are capable of achieving more than you might have initially believed. Building skills and confidence. Quietly. It is essential to approach your journey of self-improvement with a sense of quiet determination. This journey is not about making a dramatic display for your critics or seeking their approval. Rather, it is about quietly and steadily working on your growth. Let your achievements speak for themselves through the consistent application of effort and the development of your skills. For example, if someone questions your creativity, instead of engaging in a debate, tackle a project that showcases your innovative ideas. Develop a portfolio of work that highlights your unique talents and abilities. Similarly, if your commitment is questioned, demonstrate your dedication through consistent effort and perseverance. Over time, your results will speak volumes and serve as a testament to your capabilities. The quest for personal excellence. The journey of self-improvement is not a battle against the opinions of others, but rather a quest for personal excellence. This quest involves setting high standards for yourself, striving for continuous growth, and embracing challenges as opportunities for learning. As you progress on this path, you will inevitably encounter skepticism and criticism. However, the key is to focus on your personal development rather than being preoccupied with altering others' perceptions. As you work towards your goals, your growth and achievements will naturally shift how others perceive you. People may begin to recognize your abilities and acknowledge your progress. However, the most profound transformation occurs within yourself. As you evolve and grow, you will gain a deeper understanding of your strengths and potential, which ultimately reshapes your self-perception. The significance of self-validation. The ultimate success in proving others wrong lies not in changing their views, but in transforming your own self-perception. The most significant achievement is realizing that the validation you seek is not external, but internal. When you cultivate a strong sense of self-worth and confidence, you empower yourself to navigate challenges and setbacks with resilience. Self-validation involves acknowledging and celebrating your progress, regardless of external recognition. It is about understanding that your worth is not contingent upon others' opinions, but rather on your own sense of achievement and growth. By focusing on your internal validation, you can maintain a positive outlook and remain motivated even in the face of rejection or criticism. 7. Embrace fun and adventure. Embracing life beyond the comfort zone. Finding joy and building resilience. Life's vibrancy emerges when we step beyond the safety of our comfort zones. In the realm of personal growth, finding joy becomes not just an act of pleasure, but a strategic way to build resilience, especially in the face of rejection. Rejection, whether in personal relationships, professional endeavors, or creative pursuits, often evokes a strong emotional response. Our instinctive reaction might be to retreat, nursing our disappointment in isolation. Yet, choosing to seek out joy purposefully can offer a more constructive and enriching path forward. The role of joy in resilience. Finding joy amidst rejection is not about denying or suppressing our emotions. Rather, it's about creating space for these feelings to coexist with positive experiences. Embracing joy serves as a counterbalance to the weight of rejection, offering a renewed perspective and fostering emotional resilience. Consider the concept of resilience not as a passive trait, but as an active process of adaptation and growth. When we intentionally seek out joy, we engage in practices that enhance our emotional flexibility and strength. This proactive approach doesn't eliminate the pain of rejection, but it provides us with tools to navigate through it, ultimately contributing to our overall well-being. Engaging in new activities. One powerful way to counteract the heaviness of rejection is to engage in new or rekindled hobbies. Hobbies are not mere pastimes, but can be transformative experiences that enrich our lives. They provide a sense of accomplishment, allow us to explore our creativity, and offer opportunities for social interaction. For instance, picking up a new hobby like painting, playing a musical instrument, or learning a new language can shift our focus away from rejection and toward personal growth. These activities serve as outlets for expression and channels for cultivating new skills. They become a form of resistance against stagnation, infusing our lives with purpose and joy. Similarly, rekindling old passions, such as revisiting a sport or craft you once enjoyed, can reignite a sense of fulfillment. These activities can be a reminder of your capabilities and interests, affirming that you are more than the setbacks you face. The power of social connections. Humans are inherently social creatures, and our connections with others play a critical role in our emotional health. When dealing with rejection, leveraging our social network can provide immense support and joy. Engaging with friends, family, and community members can be a profound way to uplift your spirits and reaffirm your sense of belonging. Invite friends for a hike, join a local community project, or simply share a meal with loved ones. These social interactions do more than just provide temporary relief from rejection. They reinforce your place within the broader community. Each shared experience and conversation serves as a reminder of the positive relationships that enrich your life. The joy derived from these interactions is not just about distraction, but about the reaffirmation of your value within a network of mutual support. Exploring new experiences. The familiar can often feel comforting, but embracing the unfamiliar can open doors to new possibilities. Rejection, while disheartening, can also be an opportunity for exploration and growth. When faced with a setback, consider it as a chance to broaden your horizons and delve into new experiences, trying new things, whether it's sampling an unfamiliar cuisine, exploring a different neighborhood, or attending a workshop on a subject you know little about, can be invigorating. These experiences are not just distractions from rejection, but opportunities for personal development. They challenge your perspectives, expand your knowledge, and enhance your adaptability. Each new experience adds layers to your character, enriching your life with diverse insights and skills. This growth fosters greater empathy and resilience, making you better equipped to handle future challenges. The act of embracing the unfamiliar is a form of active engagement with life's possibilities, turning each setback into a stepping stone toward a more fulfilling existence. Transforming rejection into growth. The ultimate goal is not to erase the sting of rejection, but to transform it into a catalyst for growth. Rejection, while painful, offers valuable lessons and insights. By seeking joy, engaging in new activities, fostering social connections, and exploring new experiences, you can turn each no into an opportunity for enrichment. In this process, you cultivate a mindset that views rejection not as a final barrier, but as a temporary obstacle on the path to greater fulfillment. This shift in perspective enables you to approach life with a sense of resilience and curiosity, embracing each challenge as a chance to grow. Ultimately, life becomes a richer tapestry when we actively seek joy and engagement despite setbacks. Each moment of laughter, each new experience, and each connection with others weaves together to form a narrative of resilience and growth. By stepping outside the comfort zone and embracing life's uncertainties, you pave the way for a more vibrant and meaningful existence. 8. Build your social status. Imagine a scenario where you find yourself in a room filled with people, yet you feel as if you're nearly invisible. No one seems to notice you, and despite your efforts to engage, you're met with indifference or even outright neglect. This experience, though painful, is not merely a moment of social discomfort. It is a profound opportunity for personal growth and transformation. This perspective is deeply rooted in Stoic philosophy, which offers a unique lens through which to view such moments of rejection. The Stoic perspective on rejection. According to Stoicism, external circumstances and the behavior of others are beyond our control. What we can control, however, is our response to these situations. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus famously said, "It's not what happens to you, but how you react to it that matters." This principle encourages us to shift our focus from seeking external validation to fostering internal strength and resilience. When we encounter rejection or feel overlooked, our natural inclination might be to seek validation from others or to question our worth. However, Stoicism teaches us to view these experiences as opportunities for growth rather than as personal failures. Instead of allowing rejection to diminish our self-esteem, we can use it as a catalyst for self-improvement and personal development. Redirecting energy towards self-improvement. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the idea of focusing on what we can control and letting go of what we cannot. In this context, instead of expending energy on seeking approval from others, we should redirect our efforts toward enhancing ourselves. This shift in focus is not about climbing a social ladder or gaining superficial accolades. Rather, it's about nurturing our own growth and becoming the best versions of ourselves. Consider activities like improving your physical fitness, exploring new hobbies, or advancing in your career. These pursuits are not merely tasks to be completed, but are tools for building a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. By dedicating time and energy to personal development, you are investing in your own growth and well-being, which can ultimately lead to greater self-fulfillment and a deeper sense of purpose. Connecting rather than seeking praise. When we share our journey or discuss our interests and achievements, it is important to do so with the intention of connecting with others rather than seeking praise. The Stoic approach emphasizes the value of genuine connections and meaningful relationships over the pursuit of external validation. Engaging with others should be a way to find like-minded individuals who share your passions and interests, rather than a tactic to garner attention or admiration. For instance, if you are passionate about a particular hobby or cause, sharing your experiences and enthusiasm can lead to authentic connections with others who have similar interests. This kind of engagement is not about accumulating followers or accolades, but about creating meaningful relationships that enrich both your life and the lives of others. Volunteering, networking, and participating in community activities are not just resume-building exercises. They are opportunities to contribute to the greater good and to forge connections that are both fulfilling and impactful. The Stoic ideal of personal and community growth. Stoic philosophy teaches that personal growth and contributing to the greater good are deeply intertwined. The goal is not to achieve popularity or social status, but to improve oneself in ways that have a positive impact on those around us. This approach aligns with the Stoic ideal of living in harmony with our values and contributing to the well-being of the community. When we view personal development as a means to benefit others, we are embodying the Stoic principle of living virtuously. Each step we take towards self-improvement should lead to a greater capacity to contribute positively to our communities. By focusing on how we can use our growth to help others, we not only enhance our own lives, but also make a meaningful difference in the lives of those around us. Transforming rejection into a force for positive change. Changing our perspective is crucial in transforming the feeling of rejection into a powerful force for positive change. Instead of fixating on the need to be noticed or validated by others, we can choose to see rejection as an opportunity for self-reflection and growth. This Stoic mindset allows us to turn setbacks into stepping stones and to use challenges as a means of becoming more resilient and compassionate individuals. By embracing the idea that our worth is not determined by external validation but by our actions and character, we can find a deeper sense of fulfillment and purpose. This approach enables us to navigate social challenges with grace and to use them as opportunities for personal and communal enrichment. Practical steps for applying the Stoic approach. Self-reflection. When you encounter rejection or feel overlooked, take time to reflect on your emotions and reactions. Ask yourself how you can use this experience as an opportunity for growth. What aspects of yourself can you improve? How can you channel your energy into constructive activities? Set personal goals. Identify areas in your life where you want to grow and set specific, achievable goals. Whether it's improving your fitness, learning a new skill, or advancing in your career, focus on activities that contribute to your personal development. Engage authentically. When sharing your journey or interests, do so with the intention of connecting with others rather than seeking praise. Look for opportunities to engage with like-minded individuals and build meaningful relationships. Contribute to your community. Find ways to give back to your community through volunteering or participating in local initiatives. By contributing to the greater good, you not only enhance your own life, but also make a positive impact on those around you. Practice resilience. Embrace rejection and setbacks as opportunities for growth rather than as failures. Cultivate resilience by focusing on what you can control and using challenges as a means of strengthening your character. By integrating these practices into your life, you can embody the Stoic philosophy of personal and communal growth. Rejection, rather than being a source of discouragement, becomes a powerful trigger for self-improvement and meaningful connection. This Stoic mindset not only transforms your own life, but also enhances your ability to positively impact the lives of others. 9. Act as if they don't exist. When you find yourself in the presence of someone who consistently ignores you, it can be challenging to navigate your feelings and responses. The initial reaction might be frustration, confusion, or even hurt. However, sometimes the most powerful response is a quiet one, a response that transcends mere avoidance or passive aggressiveness. This approach isn't about dismissing your own feelings or retreating into pettiness, but about fostering a sense of inner peace and resilience that ultimately benefits you. The power of silence. Choosing to remain quiet in the face of someone's disregard is a conscious decision to prioritize your own mental and emotional well-being. It means resisting the urge to engage in a futile quest for validation from someone who is clearly not interested in your presence or contributions. By doing so, you preserve your energy and avoid unnecessary conflicts that can drain your resources and diminish your sense of self-worth. In social settings, such as parties or gatherings, this approach becomes particularly relevant. It's natural to seek validation and connection from those around us, but when faced with indifference, it's essential to redirect your focus. Instead of trying to draw attention or force conversations with someone who shows no interest, shift your energy towards those who genuinely appreciate your company. Engage with people who respond positively to your presence and who value the interactions you share. This not only helps you avoid the discomfort of unreciprocated efforts, but also reinforces your understanding that your worth is not dependent on someone else's recognition. Understanding your value. Your intrinsic worth is not determined by the approval or acknowledgement of others. It is a reflection of your own self-respect, values, and the positive impact you have on those who do value you. Recognizing this can be liberating. It allows you to detach your self-esteem from external validation and instead anchor it in a more stable, internal source. By focusing on relationships and interactions that are mutually rewarding, you reinforce the notion that your value is inherent and not contingent on anyone's approval. Handling professional interactions. If you must interact with someone who consistently ignores you, it's often best to maintain a professional and concise demeanor. This means engaging in necessary interactions with courtesy and efficiency, but avoiding delving into personal matters or seeking emotional resolution. This approach prevents unnecessary drama and sends a clear signal that you are here for productive and meaningful exchanges, not for engaging in trivial conflicts. Maintaining a business-like attitude helps you navigate these interactions with grace and keeps you centered on what truly matters. It allows you to handle professional situations with composure, ensuring that your focus remains on your objectives rather than on the personal dynamics at play. By doing so, you protect yourself from being dragged into negative or unproductive interactions and keep your energies directed toward more constructive pursuits. Embracing strategic decisions. If the indifference persists despite your efforts to maintain a balanced approach, don't hesitate to take a step back. Walking away from a situation or relationship that continuously disregards you isn't a sign of defeat, but rather a strategic decision. It's an acknowledgement that your energy and time are valuable resources better spent on relationships and activities that offer joy, growth, and fulfillment. Walking away from persistent disregard allows you to redirect your focus towards opportunities that enrich your life and interactions that nurture your well-being. It opens doors to new connections and experiences that align with your values and aspirations, ultimately contributing to a more fulfilling and harmonious life. Cultivating emotional resilience. Choosing not to engage in a one-sided struggle is not about denying the reality of your feelings, but about managing them in a way that protects your emotional health. It requires a degree of emotional resilience and self-awareness. You are not simply moving past someone who ignores you. You are actively choosing to prioritize your own emotional needs and growth. Emotional resilience involves understanding that you have the power to control your responses and to choose where to invest your energy. It means recognizing that your reaction to being ignored is not a reflection of your failure, but a testament to your strength and self-respect. By adopting this perspective, you reinforce your own sense of agency and maintain a sense of balance, even in the face of disregard. Building meaningful connections. In essence, the way you respond to being ignored reflects your approach to building and maintaining relationships. It underscores the importance of surrounding yourself with people who genuinely appreciate and respect you. Investing your time and energy in meaningful connections not only enhances your social experiences, but also contributes to your overall sense of well-being and happiness. By engaging with individuals who value your presence and contributions, you foster relationships that are mutually supportive and enriching. These interactions help you build a strong, positive network that reinforces your self-esteem and contributes to your personal and professional growth. 10. Give them the silent treatment. Opting for silence in response to indifference isn't about gaining an advantage. It's about preserving your dignity. According to Stoicism, silence should not be used to provoke or manipulate, but as a means for self-reflection and emotional control. When someone ignores you and you choose to remain silent, use that silence as a time to introspect. It's an opportunity to understand your feelings, process your thoughts, and gain clarity. This isn't about punishing the other person. It's about maintaining your inner peace. In these moments of silence, you have a valuable chance for personal growth. It's not about shutting yourself off, but about opening up to your own thoughts and values. Stoicism advises us to use these quiet periods to reflect on our virtues, values, and how we wish to engage with the world. Consider why their behavior affects you, what lessons you can learn, and how you can use this experience to grow. This kind of silence is constructive rather than destructive. It's a moment to strengthen your character and ensure that your responses align with your principles. If you choose to stay silent, let it be a deliberate act rooted in self-care and wisdom, avoiding behaviors like manipulation, revenge, or pettiness. Instead, embrace the Stoic values of temperance and self-control. By opting for silence, you're not just ignoring someone else, you're actively listening to yourself. It's a practice in maintaining composure, focusing on your personal growth, and embodying the Stoic ideal of serenity amidst adversity. 11. Don't seek attention. When confronted with indifference, the Stoic perspective offers a profound alternative to seeking external validation. Instead of chasing after attention or striving to be noticed, the Stoic approach invites us to ground ourselves in our inherent self-worth and independence. This approach is not merely a passive resignation, but an active affirmation of our value and an embrace of our personal journey. Understanding the Stoic perspective. At its core, Stoicism teaches that our self-esteem should be resilient against the fluctuations of others' opinions and behaviors. According to Stoic philosophy, true self-worth comes from within and is not contingent on external validation. This principle is rooted in the teachings of philosophers like Epictetus, Marcus Aurelius, and Seneca, who emphasized that the only things within our control are our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. Everything else, including the reactions of others, falls outside our domain. When faced with indifference or rejection, Stoicism encourages us to look inward rather than outward. If someone chooses to ignore you or dismiss your efforts, it's not an indication of your value or worth. Rather, it's an opportunity to reinforce your self-regard and reaffirm that your value is inherent and not dependent on the recognition or approval of others. The power of self-sufficiency. The Stoic approach places a strong emphasis on self-sufficiency and internal contentment. Pursuing your passions and interests with a sense of self-sufficiency means engaging in activities that bring you joy and fulfillment independently of external validation. It's about cultivating a deep connection with your own values, interests, and goals, without needing others to validate or recognize them. This does not mean ignoring the social and relational aspects of life, but rather approaching them with a clear understanding of your self-worth. It's not about performing or putting on a show to make others realize what they might be missing. Instead, it's about recognizing and embracing your own value, regardless of whether others acknowledge it. Building a fulfilling life. To embody the Stoic mindset, focus on activities that genuinely bring you joy and fulfillment. This might involve pursuing hobbies, advancing your career, nurturing relationships with those who appreciate you, or engaging in personal development. Building a life that makes you proud is an active process. It involves setting goals, striving towards them, and celebrating your achievements without relying on external applause. This approach is not about passivity or detachment. Instead, it represents an active engagement with your own life and growth. When you immerse yourself in your personal development and cultivate a fulfilling life, the need for external validation diminishes. Your confidence and self-assurance come from within, rooted in your achievements and growth, rather than in the reactions of others. Transforming rejection into growth. Rejection and indifference, while often painful, offer valuable opportunities for personal growth and reflection. Instead of viewing rejection as a personal failing, the Stoic mindset encourages you to use it as a catalyst for strengthening your resolve and deepening your understanding of your own worth. When you encounter indifference, take it as a moment to reflect on your values and goals. Ask yourself what you can learn from the experience and how you can continue to grow. Rejection can highlight areas where you might need to refine your approach or develop greater resilience. By focusing on your personal journey and remaining steadfast in your commitment to your own growth, you turn rejection into a chance for introspection and improvement. Embracing internal validation. One of the most profound aspects of Stoicism is the concept of internal validation. Instead of seeking approval or recognition from others, Stoicism teaches us to find satisfaction and worth within ourselves. This means setting your own standards for success and fulfillment, and measuring your achievements against those standards rather than external benchmarks. Internal validation is a powerful tool for achieving emotional stability and resilience. When you rely on yourself for validation, you create a stable foundation of self-worth that is not easily shaken by external circumstances. This approach fosters a sense of inner peace and confidence as your self-esteem is grounded in your own values and accomplishments. Cultivating a Stoic mindset. To fully embrace the Stoic approach, it's important to cultivate a mindset that prioritizes self-awareness and personal growth. Practice self-reflection to understand your own values and motivations. Engage in activities that align with your goals and bring you fulfillment. Develop resilience by facing challenges with a balanced perspective and viewing setbacks as opportunities for growth. Incorporate Stoic practices into your daily routine, such as journaling, meditation, or mindfulness exercises. These practices can help you stay grounded in your principles and maintain a sense of perspective. By consistently applying Stoic principles, you can develop a robust sense of self-worth and navigate the complexities of social interactions with greater ease and confidence. 12. Be kind but emotionally detached. When faced with indifference, our immediate reaction often involves a mix of hurt, frustration, and confusion. This natural response stems from our innate desire for connection and acknowledgement from others. However, the wisdom of Stoicism offers us a pathway to handle these moments with grace and emotional strength. The Stoic philosophy teaches us that while we cannot control others' responses, we can control how we react to them. This principle becomes particularly relevant when confronted with indifference. Responding to indifference with kindness while maintaining emotional boundaries is not about suppressing our feelings or becoming unfeeling automatons. Instead, it is about preserving our inner peace and exercising self-control. Feeling hurt or frustrated when ignored is a universal experience, but Stoicism encourages us to address these feelings with calm and composure. By understanding that we have control over our reactions, we gain the ability to protect our emotional well-being. The nature of indifference and its impact. Indifference, whether from a friend, colleague, or loved one, can feel deeply unsettling. It often triggers a sense of rejection or unworthiness, leading to a cascade of negative emotions. This emotional turmoil can be exacerbated if we expect a certain response or acknowledgement in return. The Stoic approach suggests a shift in perspective. Rather than allowing others' indifference to dictate our emotional state, we can choose to respond with kindness while maintaining a healthy emotional distance. The Stoic response: kindness without expectation. Responding with kindness in the face of indifference is an expression of our own values and principles rather than a response to others' behavior. When we offer a smile, a friendly greeting, or a simple wish for a good day, we are acting from a place of genuine goodwill. However, it is crucial to do so without attaching expectations to the outcome. Kindness should be seen as a gift rather than a transaction. By doing so, we free ourselves from the disappointment that comes when our gestures are not reciprocated. Maintaining emotional boundaries. Maintaining emotional boundaries is a key aspect of preserving our inner peace. It is important to understand that emotional distance does not equate to building barriers or becoming aloof. Instead, it involves drawing clear lines between our actions and others' responses. This distance is a reflection of our self-respect and strength, acknowledging that while we can control our actions, we cannot control how others will react. Setting emotional boundaries is about recognizing our own worth and choosing not to let external factors disturb our emotional equilibrium. By keeping our emotional responses in check, we safeguard our inner peace and prevent ourselves from being unduly affected by others' indifference. Strength and self-respect. Embracing emotional distance is not a sign of weakness, but of strength and self-respect. It requires a deep understanding of oneself and a commitment to maintaining one's emotional balance despite external circumstances. When we practice emotional detachment, we are making a deliberate choice to protect our inner harmony. This approach reflects a profound sense of self-worth and the ability to rise above external challenges. The power of emotional detachment. Emotional detachment allows us to navigate life's rejections and indifferences with a steady sense of inner calm and dignity. It empowers us to interact with others gracefully while preserving our emotional integrity. By not allowing indifference to disrupt our peace, we demonstrate a high level of emotional intelligence and maturity. In practice, this means that when we encounter indifference, we respond with kindness, but do not allow ourselves to become entangled in the emotional ramifications of others' behavior. Our responses are guided by our principles, rather than by the expectation of reciprocity. This approach not only protects us, but also empowers us to handle life's challenges with resilience and composure. Illustrating Stoic wisdom in daily life. To apply this Stoic wisdom in our daily lives, we can start by becoming more aware of our emotional responses to indifference. For example, if a colleague ignores our greeting or fails to acknowledge our contributions, instead of internalizing their behavior as a personal slight, we can choose to respond with a friendly gesture. This act of kindness can be as simple as a warm smile or a polite nod, done without the anticipation of a return gesture. By practicing this approach, we train ourselves to separate our actions from others' reactions, focusing on maintaining our own emotional balance. This process involves recognizing that while we can control how we act, we cannot control how others perceive or respond to us. It is an exercise in self-discipline and emotional maturity. The benefits of combining kindness and detachment. Combining kindness with emotional detachment offers numerous benefits. Firstly, it allows us to interact with others in a way that aligns with our values, fostering positive relationships even in the face of indifference. Secondly, it helps us maintain our emotional equilibrium, reducing the likelihood of being overwhelmed by others' behavior. Moreover, this approach encourages personal growth and self-reflection. It challenges us to examine our own expectations and reactions, fostering a deeper understanding of our emotional landscape. By integrating kindness and detachment, we cultivate a balanced perspective that enhances our resilience and emotional well-being. 13. Keep your struggles private. When someone overlooks you, dismisses your contributions, or fails to acknowledge your efforts, it can be a profoundly disheartening experience. The instinctive reaction might be to vocalize your grievances, to showcase the difficulties you're facing in order to elicit sympathy or validation from others. However, Stoicism, an ancient philosophy that emphasizes rationality and self-control, offers a different perspective on how to handle such situations. At its core, Stoicism teaches us the value of maintaining composure, particularly in the face of adversity. This principle is not about denying the reality of our struggles or pretending that everything is perfect. Instead, it encourages us to cultivate an inner strength that allows us to navigate difficulties with grace and resilience. Stoicism emphasizes that our true power lies not in external validation or recognition, but in our internal response to the challenges we face. Showing that you are unaffected by external circumstances is not a facade or an attempt to appear indifferent. Rather, it is a genuine demonstration of inner stability and emotional fortitude. This approach reflects a profound understanding of the Stoic principle that we cannot control the actions or opinions of others, but we can control our reactions and our attitude. By remaining composed, we are not only preserving our dignity, but also reinforcing our sense of self-worth, independent of external validation. To maintain this composure requires a deliberate effort to focus on what is within our control. According to Stoic philosophy, the key to emotional resilience is recognizing the boundaries between what we can and cannot influence. We cannot control how others perceive or treat us, but we can control our actions, our reactions, and our demeanor. This perspective empowers us to remain steadfast in our commitment to our own values and principles, regardless of how others may respond. It is important to clarify that maintaining composure does not mean ignoring or suppressing our emotions. Stoicism does not advocate for the denial of feelings, but rather for a mindful management of them. Acknowledging our emotions is an essential part of the human experience, and it is natural to feel hurt or frustrated when our efforts are overlooked. However, Stoicism teaches us to recognize these feelings without allowing them to dominate our behavior or dictate our responses. In practice, this means that instead of reacting impulsively or seeking external validation to feel better, we should aim to process our emotions in a way that preserves our inner peace. We can acknowledge our feelings of disappointment or frustration, but we should also strive to keep them in perspective. By doing so, we maintain our focus on what we can control and ensure that our actions are guided by our core values rather than by external circumstances. Living with enthusiasm and determination, even in the face of being overlooked, becomes a testament to our strength and character. This approach is not a performance for the benefit of others, but a reflection of our own commitment to living authentically and purposefully. When we continue to pursue our goals with passion and resolve, we are affirming our own worth and demonstrating that our self-esteem is not contingent upon the opinions or actions of others. Maintaining confidence in the face of adversity also serves as a powerful reminder to ourselves of our own strength and resilience. By choosing not to be swayed by external validation or criticism, we reinforce our sense of self-worth and self-respect. This act of self-affirmation is an essential aspect of personal growth and emotional resilience. Furthermore, this approach aligns with the Stoic principle of emotional resilience, which emphasizes the importance of maintaining our inner equilibrium despite external challenges. By managing our emotions in a way that preserves our dignity, we demonstrate wisdom and integrity. We show that we are grounded in our character and that we are not easily swayed by the fluctuations of external circumstances. In essence, by keeping our struggles to ourselves and focusing on our own responses, we embrace the Stoic ideal of emotional resilience. This practice does not involve hiding or denying our emotions, but rather involves managing them in a way that reflects our inner strength and stability. It is a subtle but profound way of asserting that our self-worth is intrinsic and not dependent on the actions or opinions of others. Ultimately, the Stoic approach to handling being overlooked or dismissed teaches us that our true power lies in our ability to maintain our inner composure and integrity. By focusing on what we can control and managing our emotions with wisdom, we not only preserve our dignity, but also reinforce our own sense of self-worth. This approach empowers us to navigate challenges with grace and resilience, ensuring that we remain grounded in our character and true to our values, regardless of external circumstances. Your response to rejection isn't just for others to see. It's a reflection of your own fortitude and stability. We've explored together how reverse psychology reveals 13 powerful lessons on turning rejection into a tool for success. Remember, each no you encounter is a step toward resilience, a lesson in Stoicism teaching us to channel our inner strength. Now, I encourage you to apply these insights in your daily life. View rejection not as a setback, but as a chance for growth and self-discovery. I'm excited to hear your stories of success, so hit that subscribe button, ring the notification bell, and leave a comment below. Share your journey, victories, and even your challenges. If you're at a loss for words, just type strength in adversity to show you've completed our session. Your engagement fuels this community, guiding us toward wisdom, understanding, and mastering the art of turning every challenge into an opportunity. Here's to embracing Stoic resilience together. Stay stoic,